Well, they're at it again, inventing words and crises in order to take more of our money and spend it on their own salaries. Gosh, I love government. Given that most people right now are involved in election talk or Israel and Ukraine and a host of other pressing issues, the progressive overlords in D.C., the ones that are running the show, decided it was time to dispatch this country's increasingly confused president to slip this one in about the ongoing, multi-generational, more money spent on it than all of the other wars combined, war on poverty.
24 million adults suffer from food insecurity.
Ah, yes, food insecurity. Not hunger, not starvation, not poverty. Food insecurity. Just so we're clear, this is exactly what has been done with the climate debate. For years, we all needed to let them tax us more to solve the problem of global cooling. Then when the data didn't back that up, it changed to them needing to tax us more to solve global warming. And then when the data didn't back that up, then we needed to let them tax us more to stave off the problems with climate change. Something that will cover, well, everything that could ever happen, possibly ever. And that's what they've done here. See, given that people in America really aren't starving, and in fact we're fighting an obesity crisis,
the nation's obesity epidemic is growing.
How are they going to justify taking more of our money in order to finance their their government assistance programs? This is how.
Food insecurity in the richest country in the world.
60% of undergraduate and graduate students are food insecure.
What does that even mean, you ask? Well, according to our government, we are food insecure if at some point we've had to rely on cheaper foods and generic brands rather than expensive name brand food items. You pick up a bottle of the Dr. Thunder instead of splurging on the Dr. Pepper. On the government survey to determine whether or not you meet the definition of food insecure, here's an actual question. Did you ever cut the size of your meals because there wasn't enough money? So when I roll through the drive-thru and check my pockets for change and have to go with the single slice instead of the double slice at Fazoli's, I'm food insecure. That's how they get the 33 million number. Frankly, I'm surprised it's not higher, because who hasn't done that? You see, all this is generating a crisis. And why generate a crisis? Because when there's a crisis, government has to solve it. And how do they solve it? They solve it by taking more of your money. And if you object to them taking more of your money, that's just because you are cruel and heartless to the least of these, the food insecure. That would be the same group of people that the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics warn are associated with obesity. Only in America do the people getting public assistance for food struggle with obesity. I mean, how can you explain that? Well, according to the progressive overlords who are profiting from this entire charade, it's because junk food is cheaper than good food.
Junk food is cheap.
But it's not. And we all know it. Go to the grocery store and compare. Bananas are cheaper than Big Macs. Fruit is cheaper than French fries. Corn is cheaper than chips. Look, as a Christian, I believe in charity to help people in need. But funding bloated government programs that aren't actually helping people, that isn't charity. It's government-sponsored theft.